What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about this one technique narcissists use to stop no contact. And this is when you went no contact with them and it's been a while. And they're kind of used to you, reaching back out to them first. But this time you haven't done so. And so now they don't know what to think. So they're so desperate to get your attention again because they're low on supply. They miss using you. So what they do is use co-parenting. And even if not co-parenting, they'll use their own children, children who they don't have with you, to reach out to you. And the way they do that, and while I call it a technique, it's because narcissists sees everyone as like a tool. They see everyone as an object, as something that they can pick up and put down when they don't have any need for it anymore. So if they do that to their own children, of course they're going to do it to anybody else. And if they do it to, they'll do it to their parents, their own children, close friends and family. They don't care as long as they get their needs met. And as long as they feel like they're gaining control again. If they feel like they've lost control because you're keeping up the silent treatment or the no contact, and if they just start to feel so, low on energy because they just crave hearing your voice again and being in your company again, they will do pretty much anything to get a response out of you. Now, the way they use the technique, if they're co-parent, if you're co-parenting with the narcissist and it's their week to have the children or the child, and so they're bringing the child back and forth to school, do you know that they will ignore the child's call to come and pick them up so that the child will reach out to you, and they know that you're not going to ignore your child. So now you have to reach out to them. Now that's dealing with the co-parent, no contact, or when you're only dealing with the narcissist strictly based off co-parenting. And see, they don't like that. It feels like you have too much control over something. Narcissists hate to feel like, anyone else is overpowering them. And even though it's something that was put together based off what they pretty much wanted, it's something that you decided you're not going to deal with anymore, and it's best to do it that way, they can be in court and request things to be settled in that way, just to turn around and constantly move the goalposts and change the rules based off how they're feeling in the moment, So yes, they will use co-parenting as a technique to try to get you to reach back out to them, And then they'll play it off like, oh my God, I was so worried. And then my phone died. I just got to my charger. And as soon as I was about to call the child to let them know I'm on my way, just say, for example, the child has a cell phone, middle school age, high school age, and that's when you call. And I'm so sorry. And, it could all just be a lie. They were ignoring the child's call. And they know that, they don't care how their own child will take it. They don't care if their kids, but it rung and then it went straight to the voicemail. If the phone's completely dead, if it was completely dead, then it wouldn't have rung at all. But then that's where they'll gaslight their own children and make them think, I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I don't know why it was ringing because it was dead. I didn't, they'll just make up the lie as they go, And so a lot of times they do this to see how you're going to respond. And based off the response, they'll feel like they have another chance with you. And they'll just pretty much string that on. They'll just take as much as they can out of that situation and ask for more favors. And they don't even need those favors. They just want you to give them what they want. It's not even about the child at this point. they'll make up a lie and say, I think that we should I think that we should switch the, if you can go ahead on and have them for the rest of the week and I'll just pick them up for the couple of days next week. They'll do things like that and change the rules outside of anything that's court ordered. They do stuff like that. Sometimes narcissists just get so bored and low on energy supply that they just look for ways to just pick with people, just pick with you and bother you when you're not even in that, you're not even thinking about them in that way. You're not even worried about, getting through the week without dealing with their drama and their mind games. And then out the blue, here they come, making up a new rule as to how we should do something. But that's why, because they're low on supply and they just want to see you. They want to see if you going to be open to talk again. And if they could get more favors out of you, that's their way of sliding back in. And especially when it comes to the children, if you're going to use your own child to get supply out of somebody, ain't no telling what else they'll do. And on top of that, even if you don't agree to these changes that they're making, they're going to do the same thing all over again. So eventually you're going to end up pretty much answering to them the same way the next time around when they feel like doing that, And it becomes a pattern with a narcissist to change the game in a way that benefits them, in a way that makes it seem like I call the shots. I'm in a driver's seat. I'm in control of everything. I'm not going to follow rules. They hate rules. They don't respect rules. Just like they don't respect boundaries. And so if they can't cross those boundaries, they got a trick up their sleeve that they're going to use. And they normally pull that out the hat. And you don't see it coming. But they'll do it. So desperate just to have control again. And they'll do it for control even if they don't gain supply. If you express your frustration and anger with them and stress, is just like they can't really get nothing out of, they're not getting the supply they wanted in that moment, but it still serves them even if you're angry. Because it's like, okay, you're not responding the way I wanted you to. So now they mad at you because you're mad. And then, it's just like, but I'll take that. Okay, so you want to be mad at me? All right, now I'm mad at you, and I'm going to punish you even more so. That's how they think. Just crazy. And again, a child is in the middle of all this. And it's, it's none of your fault, and we shouldn't have to bow down to the narc and give them what they want so that we can have peace. It shouldn't have to be that way. But if you can handle confronting a narcissist, if you can handle it, I'm not advising anyone to do this. And if you can really deal with what might come back to you, just make sure you don't do it in front of the child. Just don't argue, don't hold court in front of the child. Just get the children out the way, wait until they're out of sight and deal with them. It may not do any good, and it could make things worse with the co-parenting. But again, if you feel like you can handle it, just to let some steam off and get it off your chest, because it's not going to change nothing. But if that's going to make you feel good, then do what you do. But yes, that's what the narcissists do to try to gain power and control. And when they're low on supply, and when they just want to change things up again. Narcissists will do some of the dirtiest things to punish you, to where they're not thinking about how this can really affect you in a really bad way. They don't care. Things that can even affect your livelihood. They don't care. It's based off how they feel in that moment. And then, when they're feeling different, they approach you and they try to communicate with you again, like if, we're past that. Like they can speak for your feelings as well. And it's like, We are not past anything. Do you not understand what you've done and how hard it is for me now? You know, their punishment can go so deep. Like their mind goes into a place, it's deeper than just being mad. Like they really, really try to hurt you. They really put thought behind it. And it's based off how they feel in the moment. And they not understanding that, you know, how bad it could affect somebody because all they know is what they want now. I just want things to be back the way it was. And they're going to do everything in their power to try to make it happen. You know, failing to realize that person is not feeling the way you do. Like, we don't share mutual feelings. I'm only dealing with you because I have to, because we share a child together. Other than that, I wouldn't be dealing with you at all. And so because you tell them no and they can't handle no, you know, they go harder and try to hurt you more because now you hurt them all over again. You know, it's like they get mad at you because you're mad at them. That's how they switch it up on you, you know. So it was some more things I wanted to say. But, and it also, like, again, when they deny doing things the way they do it, you know, especially to their own children, that's gaslighting, because that's telling a child you're imagining things. I did not say that, and I did not do that, like with the phone thing. If the phone was dead, it wouldn't have rung a couple of times. It would have went straight to the voicemail. So, you know, but if that's what you want to call it, you know, just to create this this fake narrative that, oh my God, it was, I just was so worried that, you know, I wouldn't get you on time, and then my phone died and I wasn't able to let you know that you might want to call your mom or you might want to call your dad. You know, they pretend like they care so much. They're worried. They want you to believe them. And as long as they could get you to believe them, that's how they kind of stay in control of things. So, and I wrote some notes down, not many notes. I didn't write that much, but, again, when they use that technique, they do it to love bomb. They do it to hoover. They do it out of boredom, you know. It's random. They're random. They can't even explain their own actions. They can't explain their feelings. They can't even tell you how they feel. A narcissist could have a tantrum about something in broad daylight, in the middle of the day. And then later that night, they're calm. And then you just ask them, so what was that all about? You okay now? Like you're talking to a child. And it's like they might laugh it off. You know, like they're just coming down from the moment, you know. And they kind of mellowed out a little bit. They're more quiet and settled. They're just so dysfunctional. They are very unstable in their thoughts. And nobody should ever have to deal with that, you know, especially if you're co-parenting with them. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video. So leave y'all thoughts down below. If you have ever experienced this with a narcissist, co-parenting, and like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I'll talk to you soon.